Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. We have a new Cold Steel product. It's been a while since we've taken a look at anything from Cold Steel. There's a gentleman down in the comment section who has been asking me to take a look at this knife for months. Thank you. I finally got one, so hey, thumbs up. Thanks for continuing to remind me. And thank you to Knife Center for loaning this knife to me for review. There's links down in the description for this knife at Knife Center. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. So this is called the FM1, which I guess means full metal. Like for their new, it's like a full metal version of their Atlas lock. Even though I think they've done that before. But I think for this specific model, that's just what they're referring to. So I'm going to go ahead and, this is a brand new knife. We're going to go ahead and slice into that real quick. I think this is a deceptive size. I went to Knife Center and looked at the specs, and I thought, that doesn't seem correct. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, it is a deceptive size. Look at this. I have a feeling that this is going to, I'm going to learn that I very much like this. So this is a Taiwan-made, not a China-made knife. Well, Taiwan is China. This is Taiwan and not made in China. It's made in Taiwan. But this is a Taiwan-made Cold Steel product in S35VN and titanium. Oh, I think I do like that a lot. Well, I got to figure out this Atlas lock positioning here. So it is not like the Shark lock. I mean, so there was a split with, and I think it was like a friendly split when Cold Steel and Andrew Demko parted ways. Demko went on to do his own thing. I think that makes sense from a business perspective, like in every direction. Cold Steel was acquired by, I forget the company who acquired Cold Steel, but like the Triad lock was the original like powerhouse mega Thunderbuster, Super Lord, whatever. It was the ultimate, it still is one of the ultimate locking systems. And that was created by Andrew Demko. So Demko, there are still Cold Steel knives that are utilizing the Triad lock, but Cold Steel wanted to go on creating their own locking system. So they created the Atlas lock, which to my knowledge is just as strong as the Triad lock, and it operates similarly to the Shark lock, but is actually different. And I can tell you in practice with a few different Atlas lock knives now, it does not feel the same. There's a little latch back here, and one of the biggest differences, in my opinion, of the Atlas lock is instead of a hump, right, for the Shark lock, did I say that? The Shark lock is what I'm comparing to. This is more of like a divot, and you sort of dig in here, and you can use your index finger like that. I kind of like to use my my nail. Now, to whip it back into place, it's not going to, this one at least, it does not want to fall closed. This is, you kind of have to like whip it closed. Now, I'm curious because I'm going to, you know, I want to actually experience this and let it break in. I'm curious if after a little bit of break-in, if this ends up like becoming incredibly smooth. One of the biggest things here, and I have to emphasize this, is that this knife is substantially larger than you would guess, both by looking at it on the website and by looking at the box that it came in. So this is more than a full-size knife. No, it's right on. This is such a weird, I don't know what is throwing me off here. 8 inches, blade length is 3.5, and your cutting edge is 3 1/8, but it's thin. It's kind of like, I mean, I hate to say it because I say it so often. It's kind of like a really beefy bug out with the Atlas lock, with the ambidextrous locking system on the back. They are, of course, smart enough to know that when we have an ambidextrous locking system, we should have an ambidextrous pocket clip, and we do. We have a pocket clip that can be mounted on either side, and that's great. So ease of manipulation here. With the Atlas lock, like this is a fairly narrow profile knife, and it's also on the thinner side. So because, in my opinion, you're kind of required to see, even there, it's kind of wanting to get stuck about right in here somewhere. But I need to emphasize this as well. It is very smooth. Like this is not, there's no part of this that feels not smooth. It's just while you are operating this system, you really have to pull down all the way in order to get it to do what you want it to do. Either like if you're going to use the lock to whip it out and you're going to use the lock to, retract the blade, you can of course just pull back and close the knife like a normal sane person, but everybody knows you have to manipulate your knife with one hand in the coolest, fastest way possible. The coolest, fastest, and slightly dangerous way possible. While you're doing that, you really need to make sure that your fingers are out of the way so that you don't come down and nick yourself, because the blade is absolutely sharp. And to my knowledge, Cold Steel is still doing a really, really good job with their heat treatment. This is an exceptionally good knife. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right off the bat. We have a knife that is bigger and burlier than the Benchmade Bug Out. There was a lot of B's. I said all in a row. It does not feel dainty at all. It feels incredible. I mean, it feels that Cold Steel toughness, right? But something that it's doing that traditionally Cold Steel does not, well, I mean, that's not fair. A lot of Cold Steel knives from the past are compact and lightweight and EDC sized. It's just that when we think of Cold Steel, we think of, the sledgehammer equivalent of a pocket knife. By the way, Knife Center sent me multiple Cold Steel knives. We're gonna get one of those. I did request definitely one of the sledgehammers, right? But this is a EDC, a compact EDC like pocket friendly knife. And the thumb studs are a great shape. I really, really like the thumb studs. It feels great on deployment. And I think I'm going to open this. My goal is to open this about 300 to 500 times. And I want to see how all of this breaks in. I want to see if this gets not smoother, just less resistance. It's very, very smooth, but it's like it wants to stop about right here, like with a casual wrist flick. It wants to stop about right here. And I'm wondering if it breaks in, if I can get it to where I'm like very casually, closing it and it's very easy to manipulate. Because if that's the case, this stands to be a super preferable. I love the profile. I love the titanium, the fact that it's made in Taiwan. And, considering Taiwan manufacturing, everybody thinks Taiwan and China, like the cost must be the same. No, Taiwan's manufacturing costs are actually pretty close to U.S. manufacturing. Like when it comes to working with, like when we're talking about knives and working with titanium and these steels, it's actually pretty close. So I think these come in at about $249, which I want to be real with you. I don't really have a problem with that. I think that's pretty good, especially considering Cold Steel has a great warranty. They do a great job with their heat treatment. The locking system here is one of the strongest, to my knowledge, on Earth. Is that a front flipper? No. Okay, it's not. Can I reverse flick this? I absolutely can. This is cool. I can see why that guy wanted me to look at this. I really, really like this. I'm going to have to spend some time with it, but honestly, first impressions, pretty great. This is pretty awesome, and it's very, very comfortable too. Surprising there's no jimping up here, but outside of that, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. You will definitely see a review fairly soon on this knife. I plan to, get all that together and carry and experience this knife and get that up as quick as possible. So in the meantime, links in the description for this knife if you just want to go ahead and check it out. I think it comes in this configuration and also all black. So yeah, that's going to be it today. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.